Start off with Andy.
What's it like to be iced 3 times in a row? What's going on in your head? I can't imagine.
I mean, I don't even know. That was something else. I mean, it's very rare. There's 3 timeouts left right there at the end of the game. So, I mean, that was unique, but I was kind of expecting it. I mean, what else are they going to do with them? And I've been iced before, but that was my first time with 3. I mean, that was different. Just tried staying calm, just doing what I do and, seeing how the wind was each time and, taking my steps, practicing my steps each time because I assumed they would do that, but still, preparing for the kick the same way.
We'll go to Julian. Julian, you're on mute.
I quit Zoom. I quit. I'm having a horrible Zoom day. I'm sorry, Aaron. The first kick of the day was so long had been so long ago. Do you just put it out of your mind, or do you keep in the back of your mind that they are aggressive and that they can't get around those edges? Also, he was gone too, but still.
No, I mean, you just got to block that out. I try and just keep, each kick the same, as its own individual kick. Forget anything that's happened in the past. Doesn't matter if I'm 10 for 10 or 0 for 10. Each kick just trying to go 1 for 1.
We'll go to Trevor.
Looked like you end up on the ground on the last play. Can you just describe just what the emotion was like when obviously you trained for that your whole life? Just to do plays like that must be pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty awesome. I was on the sideline going crazy. We were all just, hitting each other back and forth. And then I think too many guys hit me once, ended up on the ground. But yeah, it's awesome. I mean, after how hard this offseason's been between surgery and then COVID and, coming back from a second hip surgery and how that's been, that was very special getting that kick. That felt awesome, felt great. I mean, you can't even describe that feeling. It's just like in the moment, it's just, you literally can't describe it. Unless you've been in it, it's so hard to describe.
We'll go to Dan.
Aaron, the anatomy of a kick, when the snap comes, it gets to the holder has to put it down. Are there things that you look for, that you ask for in that whole situation? You want the ball sent a certain way, certain hash mark, anything that goes into actually kicking the football?
I mean, obviously laces out. I mean, everybody knows that. I like a little bit of a lean as a right-footed kicker. I like a little bit of the lean to the right, and then maybe a little bit back. But as long as it's straight up and down, I mean, that's pretty much all I can ask for, especially in a game when, it's such bang, bang. I mean, as long as it's, straight up and down and on the spot, laces out, can't complain about anything. And then as far as hash and everything like that, I mean, it doesn't matter too much. I mean, especially in an instance like that, they took a shot. We didn't have time to try and, position the ball and then spike it. So that was what I was given. And, I'm just thankful the offense got us, in good field goal position. They drove the ball pretty well, got down there pretty fast. So it helps a lot.
Go back to Julian.
Unmute. Can you just go back and describe just the challenges of the offseason, whether it's surgeries and kind of mentally getting through that through the pandemic, and then also kind of how when you come back, like what's your role and how do you make sure you're right? You know what I mean? And how are the duties divvied up between you and Danny, and then kicking a day and so on and so forth?
Yeah, so I mean, it was tough. It was like 3 days before we had got sent home, and I think it was like the day after they had canceled classes or the day of. I had a second surgery on my hip, which I mean, it's my kicking hip. That's obviously not ideal as a kicker. So that's, obviously really tough. I mean, no matter what the situation is, then you add pandemic on top of it and trying to get, physical therapy and all that kind of stuff and not being able to work out, not being able to kick, all summer really just, getting thrown into camp while, just recovering from the surgery, first started kicking in camp. So, I mean, that was tough. I mean, it's hard to prepare for a camp when, you're just still trying to, figure out how to swing your leg again. So that's definitely tough. But, my coaches, training staff and teammates never gave up on me, always supported me. If I needed a day, to be down or if I needed a little pick me up, they always had my back, always, gave me the utmost confidence and supported me. So I owe a lot to them. I mean, if I was doing it on my own, and I wouldn't be here. And then obviously, from the time I was home until even up to this day, whether it's in person when I was home with them or over the phone, like my family's been, the most supportive people ever. I mean, I got the best family and, they've supported me in whatever decision I do and gave me all the confidence and, always believe in me and put me in the best positions that I can be in. So I owe a lot to them as well.
We'll go to Andy.
Aaron, I know when you were back at Temple, you were on both sides of these game-winning kicks. I remember there's one against Army that you missed in overtime. When you have those situations, I know that was 3 years ago. What do you learn from that, and do you take that into account when you have games like this? Maybe not in the moment, but how do you approach that kind of kick when you've already had those experiences?
I mean, the biggest thing is just staying calm. I mean, it's just any other kick. You know, it's not like any type of variable is different. Yeah, there was more on the line, but like that doesn't change anything that actually goes into the kick. So as long as you kind of like block that out, that helps a lot. I mean, because you know, a make then or a make earlier in the game or a miss then or a miss earlier in the game, it's still a miss kick. You know, I still fundamentally did something wrong. So I try to, you know, just keep the mental out of it and just treat it like a normal kick. And, you know, it doesn't matter if it's an extra point or 55-yard game win or whatever it is. Like, you got to try and treat it like it's, you know, the same kick.
Go to Dan.
And the first field goal that you attempted today got blocked. First, what happens in a block? Like, what's your first reaction in that? And second on that, what did what did you see happen? Because coach said timing was all down and fine. So what did you see happen on that?
So when there's a block, it obviously sucks. I mean, you know, I feel the kick, and then when you hear that second thud, it's always like, oh man. But that one especially sucked because I felt like I had hit a really good ball. Like it felt really clean off my foot. So I was really excited for that, especially, you know, first field goal back, first kick back, wasn't an extra point or anything like that. So that sucked. And then I was just like, oh, is it behind the line of scrimmage or pass? Because you obviously got to play that. It's behind the line of scrimmage, try and advance it. But obviously couldn't with that. It went past the line of scrimmage. And then I'm not sure what went wrong. I mean, I personally felt I was a little bit slow. My coach said I wasn't, but I mean, you know, it's neither here nor there. I mean, we'll look at the tape, look at it on the tape, see what really happened. It's so hard to tell in the game. I mean, everything's so bang bang. Like a split second could be off somewhere, and you know, you can't really tell until you watch a game. But you know, it doesn't really matter because the rest of the kicks, my teammates did a great job and put it to the upright. So that's all that matters.
Any other questions for Aaron?